as a Westerner, it is abundantly clear that during the Dark Ages, the mantle of civilization was very clearly in the Islamic world. Like, I first got this insight when I was walking in Granada, in the Alhambra, and you're just like, there's one part which is Christian, one part which is Muslim. The Christian side sucks. Like, I'm sorry. It's just super plain. And then you get to the Muslim side, and it's super ornate. You know, the patterns are really intricate. It's beautiful. And the same thing with the mosques that you see here in Istanbul. Unbelievable stuff. It's a shame we don't learn much about the Islamic world in the West. I think it's important to study your history and your heritage and all these things, despite the prevailing wisdom of the day. However, it would be nice if we learned a little more about what was clearly one of the world's most rich and intellectual cultures for so long. So hats off.
Okay, while you European niggas was dying from disease, famine, war, going through religious psychosis, being illiterate, Europe was in the Dark Ages, Islam was in a motherfucking golden age. Again, these niggas in Europe was illiterate and completely lost access to classical knowledge. You had scholars in Baghdad studying it, translating it, and expanding it. European niggas was dying from leprosy. This nigga was making algebra. The niggas in Europe was dying from the Black Death, which was caused by rats and fleas and fucking sewage. This nigga was creating the empirical method and creating life-saving medicines. Again, right, European niggas could not read. The preachers would literally say anything on the podium because the niggas that was getting the Bible read to them could not read the damn Bible, right? These niggas, you niggas don't even know your goddamn religion. Second of all, this nigga was making metaphysical philosophy while y'all was doing all this nonsense. Baghdad, Cairo, Cordoba, Damascus, all these cities was shitting on any European city that you could ever imagine during the medieval ages. And again, let me just emphasize this. These niggas in Europe were dying from diseases that nobody has ever died from before, that was birthed out of complete unsanitary conditions. And whole time in the Islamic world, they're making modern-esque medicine. Niggas in Europe were literally flagellating themselves, mutilating themselves because they thought the Black Death was a punishment from God. Meanwhile, in the Islamic world, they are performing surgery. They wrote medical books that were used for centuries. These niggas in Europe thought the earth was the center of the galaxy. Meanwhile, in the Islamic world, they were literally mapping out the universe, right? This is a fucking star chart. This is an astrolabe. The ancient Islamic world was actually quite closer to our modern day than it was to the medieval peasants of Europe. Most European towns were small and underdeveloped and just fucking little villages. Again, cities like Cordoba and Baghdad had street lights, universities, libraries, real deal urban life, real deal city nigga shit. To mention that the Islamic world didn't have to colonize to go global. These niggas was already tapped in. Let's get this shit straight. History isn't as simple as Europe advanced and everyone followed. No, Europe was behind. Europe was catching up. Colonialization is a fucking trauma response to the belt put to their ass by brown people. So in our next video, we'll answer the real question. Why did the balance change?